All right, Hank, who's back?
I have a couple.
Oh,
First one, kind of a serious one. I've got a lot of tweets, a lot of messages this weekend.
On today's part of my take, we've got the winners of the weekend. Max Homa off his Wells Fargo victory, the fifth major. We also have Dmitry Bivol with Billy Football, his longtime trainer. Great two interviews, winners of the weekend. Great sports weekend. We had hockey playoffs, NBA playoffs, Kentucky Derby, big fights. Max played in a golf tournament that no one watched. We did it. Wait, I said I was going to be positive to him. Max won a golf tournament that was huge, and he's the man. We're also going to do Who's Back of the Week. We have a Monday reading read to us by our darling Jake. A great Monday episode after a great sports weekend. And we're brought to you by our friends at Visible. When it comes to saving on wireless, Visible wins every single time. Other wireless carriers hit you with costly monthly bills, tricky extra fees, and unwanted add-ons. The competition doesn't stand a chance. The choice is obvious. It is Visible. You can shell out $60 or more a month with other mobile carriers, or pay as little as $25 a month for single-line wireless with Visible. You can get cornered into a family plan by other guys to try and save, or save solo on a single line with Visible. You can pay extra fees every month on another mobile plan, or you could pay no extra fees with, everyone? Visible. Yes, Visible is our presenting sponsor. Visible is here to save you money on your wireless plan. It is the best plan out there. Switch to Visible at visible.com/pod and get unlimited single line wireless for as low as $25 a month. Comparison to single line with unlimited data at other major carriers. For plan and network details, visit visible.com/pod. Visible.com/pod. Thank you to Visible for being our presenting sponsor. Get that great wireless plan today with our friends at Visible. Okay, let's go. Welcome to Part of My Take, presented by Visible, the best wireless plan out there. Go to visible.com/pod and get unlimited single-line wireless for as low as $25 a month. Thank you to Visible for being our presenting sponsor. Today is Monday, May 9th, and it was the weekend of upsets. We had them all. We had Rich Strike 80-1 Kentucky Derby. We had Dmitry Bivol win against Canelo Alvarez on Saturday night. We had Max Homa actually win a golf tournament. The Cincinnati Reds won a series against the Pirates, but still, and one game was postponed for rain, but still, it was the upset weekend, PFT.
And the Mavericks won.
And Chris Paul fouled out.
But Chris Paul has alerted us to the real issue coming out of this game. Someone put their hands on his family. Did you see the video of it?
I did not.
It's like a 17-year-old kid getting kicked out of the game. And everyone keeps using the phrase put their hands on, which you shouldn't do at a game. You shouldn't put your hands on players' families. But they haven't said like actually what happened with it. There was bodily contact. And then on Mother's Day, no less, the 17-year-old kid's mom had to escort him out of the stadium and take him out of there.
Embarrassing for the mom. Also, verbal meme, Ryan Russillo sitting in his house in Manhattan Beach, Arthur Fist, watching that video, being like,
he is kind of like
Paul.
He is Chris Paul's mom.
Yeah, he's everything to Chris Paul. He's Chris Paul's everything. What's the movie? Everything, Everywhere, All the Time, or something?
Incredibly close.
Yeah,
and extremely loud.
That's it. Right.
That's Chris Paul
movie.
Next to his TV.
that's Ryan Russillo's Chris Paul's love story. It's Love Actually.
Yep.
The Chris Paul, Ryan Russillo story. We'll talk about NBA. I think we got to start with the Derby.
Let's start with the horse race.
We got to start with the Derby because Rich Strike, I think most people watched Kentucky Derby. If you didn't, Rich Strike, 80-1, the second longest odds ever in Kentucky Derby history, the longest being 1913. So think about how far back that is. Over 100 years. Titanic, sunk.
I think that was pre-Titanic.
I think it was 1912 was the Titanic.
Was
Fact check Jake. Either way, crazy story. If you saw it, it was an incredible run. Basically every horse ran
1912.
There we go. Every horse ran in a blistering pace, and then they all had jelly legs, and Rich Strike, the overhead view that was shared. It was an all-time Kentucky Derby. To put it into perspective, 80-1, it's not the same because obviously boxing is, two guys, but everyone always looks to the Buster Douglas, Mike Tyson, the craziest, upset ever. Buster Douglas was 42-1 and Rich Strike was 80-1. I think the Bears right now are 80-1 to win the Super Bowl, so anything's possible. But it was insane. To get a little technical on horse racing, Rich Strike was bought in a $30,000 claiming race, which if you don't know what a claiming race is, it's basically every single horse in that race is on waivers to be bought before the race starts. Those horses barely ever win another race, let alone the Kentucky fucking Derby.
Well, Rich Strike also didn't know that it was going to be racing until
Friday.
the night before the race, because I think it was the 24th horse.
Yes.
And so there were 4 scratches that brought it up to being the last one. And I dug into the numbers a little bit. It was 2 miles per hour faster. Rich Strike hit a speed that was 2 miles per hour faster than any horse in that race in the last 10 years.
Right.
Which is crazy. And he ran 60 feet longer than the runner-up in the Kentucky Derby. So he ran farther in this race and still caught him from behind.
It was crazy.
It was awesome. And I love this horse because the horse has an attitude.
Oh, he was biting every horse. He was trying to eat another horse right after he won.
He was biting. Yeah, it was Luis Suarez of horses.
Yep.
He was trying to bite the other
Hannibal
horse.
Lecter.
He was trying to bite the jockey of the other horse. The guy that was in charge of corralling Rich Strike and directing him to the winner's circle had to punch him in the face.
Yes.
Because the horse was biting his kneecap after the victory. Act like you've been there before, Rich Strike. But I like having a bad boy of horses. But if I was Rich Strike's owner right now, you just got to retire this horse. You got to be like, I'm going out on top. Rich Strike is going to be pictured in the back of a limo in Vegas with cocaine and hookers. It should get fat. It should just be put out to stud for the rest of its career. Never let it race again because you're never going to reach. It's not. Rich Strike is not going to become the new secretary of horses.
No. He again. I know. I'm trying to think of what it would be a $30,000 claiming race. Those
Leicester City.
Yeah, but those races. Those races are basically designed, if your horse is not good enough, you put it up in a claiming race because it's lesser competition and it can be bought. So that's the other part of this. There was a person who owned Rich Strike, put it in a claiming race, and then the owner bought it in a claiming race for $30,000. A fucking ticket that cashed for, I don't know, it was millions, and it's probably going to be even more after this, but it's such an improbable story. I think it was the trainer was doing an interview after. It might have been the owner. The day after, so Sunday morning, and he didn't know how to stand next to microphones. They had to be like, hey, can you get a little closer because you're standing it was like Ricky Bobby.
He passed out after the race. He was like, I can't, what planet? This isn't Earth that I'm on right now. I just won the Kentucky Derby. He had zero expectation for this horse.
It's all in every step of it is crazy because the owner, so horse racing, it's maiden race, and then it goes to claiming, then allowance, then stakes, and there's different grades in all of these. So think of it single A, double A, triple A, major league. The trainer had never won a triple A game, let alone a major league game. The owner, the trainer had only won one major league game. He hadn't won anything else besides that, and the jockey had never won at this level either. They basically. It's Slumdog Millionaire. It's the most improbable story. It's a bunch of guys getting together and just for one day being greater than everyone else, and the odds are so improbable. I bet every single horse race at Churchill Downs those 2 days. When he crossed the wire, I audibly was like, who the fuck is that horse? Because I didn't even you could have asked me before and I wouldn't have been right before the Derby, you can basically rattle off every horse because you've read so much and you've bet so much. I had no idea who it was. No idea.
Yeah, and I feel like the other owners of all the horses in this race are pissed off. They're probably fucking heated right now, and we're waiting for the other shoe to drop because the horse ran such a good race for being so it was an orphan. It was essentially an orphan before this race.
So
and I just
it had won one race. The only race it had won was the claiming race. It had lost six other races.
I have a feeling that this horse is going to be trashed in the media
over
the
PFT.
course of the next week.
I
We're going to
disagree.
see this fucking horse's name dragged through the mud. I just want to say, I'm on team Rich Strike. Rich Strike is a dog.
Hold on.
Horse racing needs a bad boy, and to have a horse that fucking tries to eat the other horses after it finishes, that's what horse racing needs to be appealing to Gen Z.
Okay, so here's why I don't think that's going to happen. There's been a lot of people being like, steroids, that's got to be like, what, it entered so late, all these things. Remember when the MLB locked out in 1994 and ruined baseball forever? And how did they come back? Steroids.
Yeah.
And how did it all work out? Everyone turned a blind eye for many, many years while Mark McGwire and Sammy Sosa and Barry Bonds were hitting dingers left and right. What happened going into this Kentucky Derby? First of all, it was the first time that they've had the full house. So we had a couple COVID years. Bob Baffert loomed over everything for mistreatment of horses. There's been some bad stories about horse racing recently. There's been some deaths in horse racing, bad vibes going around, bad when it comes to like the Kentucky Derby. You don't want to ever have the biggest day in horse racing when the most casuals tune in, have a story about the like greatest guy in horse racing, Bob Baffert, mistreating horses. Wouldn't it be perfect if you have an 80-1, a shot that like everyone's going to look at and be like, $30,000, we could have bought this horse. I guarantee everyone was saying that after. I think they're going to, if there is something wrong here, they're just going to sweep it under the rug because it's the greatest story ever. So, it's going to save horse racing. Not that it needed to be saved, but it's going to save horse racing this year when you had the Bob Baffert looming over everything and some bad vibes. 80-1 fixes everything.
The other owners are going to be pissed, though. That's what I'm saying. The other owners are the ones.
But it's good for the sport. They don't realize that.
No, but it's not. They don't realize it. It's not like in Major League Baseball when in 1995, 96, you've got ticket prices and attendance going up across the board where all the owners are making money. They're all pissed off that this horse came in at the last second. Like under the night of the moon, this horse was entered into the race, came up, kicked the shit out of them, and then tried to eat their horses afterwards. They're not going to stand for that. I just want to say that I'm on team Rich Strike in this. I think that Rich Strike is going to get unfairly maligned, and personally, I don't care. I don't care if there was any funny business behind the scenes. I personally just like this horse.
But it's not gonna. He's not gonna win the Preakness, so it will go away quickly.
I hope he just retires. I hope
but he's
goes
not,
off in the sunset.
He's not gonna win the Preakness, so it will go away, and the owners will have to just deal with it. I'm saying, if you want to stay woke, what's the perfect way to be like, what a story, what a Kentucky Derby, Baffert who? You get an 80-1, longest shot in over 100 years. This story of guys buying a horse for $30,000, it's the perfect story. And I obviously, like I said, I don't think it's going to save horse racing, but it did for a day. It's going to lead us all the way to the Preakness where everyone's going to talk about it, and hopefully we don't get milkshake ducked by the owner or the trainer.
Yeah, did this horse have bad tweets back in the day? Was he problematic with his who did this horse vote for?
This horse was in Charlottesville?
Yeah.
What the fuck? Where the hell did this horse come from?
It's a police horse?
Yeah.
Yeah. No, the ultimate spin zone of this, though, came from Mike Leach. Did you see what Mike Leach said? I love everybody who has to work their angles into everything, and Mike Leach having a horse racing take was just great. It was perfect. He said, that horse winning the Kentucky Derby today is a good example of why an expanded college football playoff is needed.
Love it.
That horse hadn't won all the races leading up, but it got its chance, and that's what happened.
It is.
It's perfect.
I mean, it is UMBC. It is.
Well, it's like Mississippi State.
Yeah.
Like getting hot at the right time and somehow beating Alabama.
Yeah, no, it's a crazy, crazy long shot odds. Every part of the story is nuts. No one except our security guard who shout out Danny and Mike who were with us in Vegas. They did have a ticket on Rich Strike. He also had like every horse, but he did say, and I believe this, he went up to the teller and the teller was like, you know what horse that has literally not one single person has bet on today? Rich Strike. And then he put $20 on it.
And PFT, we talked about, I was like, give me a number for roulette. And you said 21.
Oh, there you go.
It was 21. It Someone mentioned that. It was like, I should have been thinking higher level.
We didn't tap into that.
Yeah, because I immediately was like, oh man, if I put $1,000 on it.
Yeah, did you put money on roulette?
Yeah, didn't hit.
Oh shit,
my
bad.
But that was because it was
the signs were right. We just read it wrong.
Correct. Yeah, it's out there. It's an us problem.
It was so crazy. If you haven't seen the aerial view of the run, it's incredible to watch. A great call. I don't think you'll ever have a Kentucky Derby again where the horse that wins didn't have its name said until the last 5 seconds.
Mm-hmm. That's
it
what I
wasn't
was
even
say.
said.
I think
Yeah.
The coolest part about this is if the favorite was in that position, it still would have been crazy.
Oh yeah, no, that would have been a run. You see those runs
Right.
every now and then where a horse comes from the clouds, is what they say, and like that was from the clouds, but also 80-1.
They were selling T-shirts at the Churchill Downs, and they had like 10 horses on each side, and so
Yeah, he wasn't on there.
It wasn't even on there.
Right, because he was add-on Friday
So like
night.
if you bought a Kentucky Derby shirt, you don't even have the winner on the shirt.
This is
That's
dude.
incredible.
This is a dude who played like high school baseball and then like maybe a little bit of like softball and adult beer league. Went to the World Series and hit a home run. That's what this is.
It's like that scene in D2 Mighty Ducks 2 where they go to the playground and they play against the knuckle puck kids.
Yep.
And they beat the shit out of the American national team.
Yeah.
And they're like, oh, you know what? This hockey team made me regain my love for the sport. Maybe the other horses will be out there at the Preakness with a little smile on their little horse faces. We should compliment horse racing, though. Here's the real story. Nobody died.
Yeah.
Nobody died, and there wasn't like a 30-minute booth review that took everybody's time where they declared that the winner of the race wasn't actually the winner. So that's all really horse racing has to do to make most fans happy. But a long shot story is pretty cool.
It is, and it gets everyone like all the stories afterwards. People are talking about the owner and the trainer and the jockey.
There's a lot of overtaking in this race.
Yeah, but the jockey was racing in like there's so many different tracks around America. The jockey was racing in a nothing track, and he actually was a good jockey. I saw a stat that he. Only 10 jockeys had won more races than him in 2021, but there were 65 jockeys that won more money. So he was racing, he was winning, but he was winning in nothing races over and over.
He'd never won a big race, though.
Right.
The owner had never won a big race. The trainer, I don't think, had ever won a big race.
No, the trainer had won one graded stakes win in 30 years.
And there
the
you
owner
go, yeah.
had never been in an allowance race, which is still a step below stakes races. It's all nuts, and it's one of the coolest stories. I'm just gonna say it. It saved racing. It saved racing. Rich Strike.
That horse will never have a day like this. There probably won't be another day like this in horse racing for a very long time.
Triple Crown?
Until we get another Titanic.
Yeah.
What if he wins a Triple Crown?
No.
I mean, yeah. If he wins a Triple Crown, it will be. It would. I don't know. There would never be a story like this. Actually, there would never be a comparable. Like Leicester City would be out the window, which was what was it, 150-1?
Yeah,
but even that,
65.
like those,
This should be this. It could be the biggest thing in horse racing history. Actually,
it would be
if it won the Triple Crown.
If it won the Triple Crown, it'd be UMBC going to like the championship.
I'm taking Secretariat off my #1 list of best athlete of all time and replacing it with Rich Strike if it won the Triple Crown. I'm just going to say it. He's my goat horse. He might already be my goat horse just because I love the theatrics. I say he was like the Draymond Green of horse racing. We need a bad boy horse.
Yeah.
Like the 89 Pistons of horse racing.
Yeah. I hope they call him Richard. That would be kind of cool.
Richard
If
Strike.
every morning, they're just like, hey, what's
Dick
up,
punch?
Richard? Yeah. They're like, hey, what's up, guy? But yeah, that was crazy. What should we go to next? Should we talk NBA? Let's talk some league. Let's talk some this league. You want to start actually with Warriors Grizzlies that has gotten very ugly. A lot of shots going back and forth.
Broke the code.
Which is something that's happening now. And Ja Morant has claimed that, the Jordan Poole broke the code on him by lightly tugging on his knee.
What is the code?
The code is don't tug on another man's knee.
I think it's just knees.
Yeah.
You don't fuck with
Don't
another
touch
man's
knees.
knee.
We were at the Canelo Bivol fight, and I like caught up later and watching the reaction. At first, I was like, did Jordan Poole like rip his leg in half? And then I watched it. I was like, wait, there's no way this is what hurt Ja Morant. And then people found it. So Ja Morant tweeted he broke the code, and then underneath it, people were replying, dude, how about when you like dive bombed into Clay and you banged knees like a few minutes before? That feels like that might have been when you hurt your knee. And then he deleted the tweet.
It was it was like a grab and a small pull. Now, unless you thought that he had the ability to like reach into Ja Morant's leg,
Right.
break the skin, grab the patella tendon, and then pull it out like you're tearing spaghetti out of a meatball pie or something like that. There's no chance he could have actually been hurt on it. But when it's the hand, you don't put your hands on another man's knee.
On the
big cat.
inside of the knee. I think you can touch another man's outside of their knee.
When it's you don't reach it under the skin. You
Right.
don't break the skin with your fingers on
Correct.
another man's knee.
I've never let another man touch the inside of my knee.
The issue is No one's ever Steve Ballmered you?
Never.
When you reach out and you grab with your hands, it's much more intentional looking than if you were to like bang legs. You know, like
Well-
you can always be like, oh, I don't have the greatest eye-knee coordination.
Right.
But if you're doing it with your hand, then it's very much intentional. But there was like 0% chance of an injury on
And
that.
it was a situation where we slowed it down and watched it over and over. And it's like, but that's not how it happened. It happened in real speed, not this super, super slow-mo where you can be like, oh my God, what'd he do? And
I think he was intentionally grabbing the leg and grabbing
the ball
knee.
he was grabbed for the ball, then he grabbed, something. I just don't know how that could have hurt him. And it's also all under the umbrella of the Dylan Brooks foul, which was very, very dirty and probably put Gary Payton Jr. out of the entire playoffs. And also, like, I saw there was another one where Desmond Bane dove into a guy's knees. Like, this series has been very chippy, very back and forth. And you saw even Steve Kerr. I think the quote was, they're like, what's the game plan tonight? He's like, play good defense, play sound defense, get the ball to our shooters, and don't jump at anyone when they're in the air and try to injure them and take them out for the rest of the playoffs.
Mm-hmm.
So, like, it's going back and forth between the two teams.
Yeah, I think that if that was actually a play that could have resulted in knee injury, what you see in every NFL game, every play in the NFL,
Correct.
there would be like blown out ACLs, every single one. It was kind of. I think they're just looking for a reason to get pissed off at each other, which I like.
Right.
I like if you have to invent reasons to get mad at the other, that's fine. Just get mad at them because sports are more fun when you have these combative series where you actually do think, okay, this is my enemy. I'm willing to do whatever it takes to beat them.
And you have a little bit, which is a great storyline. And, you go back in the history of the NBA, there's always the young, upstart teams that have to go through the teams that have won championships.
Yeah, they got to learn how to win.
And
before
it
like
feels
the
a little bit
Panthers
like
and the
that.
Capitals.
Yeah.
It's a lot like that. this year.
Exactly.
But yeah, the back and forth between the coaches, I think, is good. I like it.
Yes.
And there also has been a lot of this going around where I've seen it happen actually in the Bucks Celtics, and we can maybe use this as a jumping off point for Hank to complain about the referees. But people are doing a lot of just slowing down replays of normal inbounds passes where players are defending other players and being like, look, that's dirty. Look how he steps under his legs when the other guy's jumping in the air. That happens when you're like guarding somebody man to man and they jump for a pass.
And everyone's moving a million miles an hour,
Yeah,
and
so-
everyone is a freak athlete. And it's like, every time you slow something down, you can interpret it in a way that makes it seem like there was bad intentions.
Like it's dirty. They were doing that to Marcus Smart when he was trying to guard Giannis on an inbounds play. It's like, listen, I get Marcus Smart has like a little bit of a reputation, and he is kind of a psycho that plays on that border sometimes, but like he's just playing pretty good defense.
Shout out Grant Williams, by the way. He just straight up hockey checked Grayson Allen.
Yeah, so-
which is something everyone should aspire to do.
So Hank, the officiating in this series, I think has been pretty good. What do you think?
Yeah, I mentioned the refs. I was only specifically talking about the last play of the game when Marcus Smart clearly got fouled shooting a three, and they called it on the floor. Only got 2 free throws and kind of ended the game basically. I don't like to be the person that's like, oh, the refs suck. The refs decided the series. Like, it's just not.
It's not who you are.
No, it's not who you are. All teams have to deal with referees. Referees are just trying to do their jobs. Giannis is a fucking fullback that just runs down people's throats and they never call it. But that's just how it is. Like I'm not going to let the referees decide whether or not the Celtics win this series. It's on them.
That game was
That last call was bullshit.
I watched. I was in the
It was.
green room with Hank. He was watching on his phone. He was dying with every possession. I think that game probably hurt because it was very winnable.
The Celtics should have won. They were up, I think, 1 or 2. They had a possession. They had 3 missed threes. Like, they got a 3, got an offensive rebound, got another look, wide open 3, missed it, and then Grant Williams had a rebound, and he just, like, deflected it out of bounds without anyone being else there, and then they lost. Like, they should have and could have won. And Marcus Smart got fouled.
Well, at the end of the day, too, when your team is in the playoffs, it's very easy to blame refs. It's a lot harder to blame your star players. And the story really is Jason Tatum went 4 for 19.
Yeah, he didn't get off the bus.
He did not play well. And these playoffs are supposed to be like Jason Tatum's launching pad to being one of those elite players who he was in the first round. He has been at times in the series, but that's the story. If he plays just average basketball, not even his top level basketball, top 10 player in the league. If he just plays average, they win that game.
Jaylen Brown was a no-show game 1. Jason Tatum was a no-show game 3. you got to assume that eventually they're both gonna show up and play to win the game.
Yeah, I wanted to, when I was watching the replay of that last the Marcus Smart foul on the 3-pointer. I wanted to believe that like Hank was just crying about nothing.
Oh, he was.
I wanted to think like, oh, Hank has no point here. He doesn't know ball. I watched it, and I kind of agree with Hank. I think it was a foul. I think it was a shooting foul. I think it's pretty clear now. Obviously, like when you watch his follow through, the theatrics afterwards are very funny. How he's like just throwing both his hands towards the basket, not in a real shooting motion. Like he was pumped to get fouled. He was really excited that he got fouled on that play. But just because you like the fact that you got fouled doesn't change the fact that it was very obviously a reach in as you were going to go up and attempt that 3-point shot. But I also don't want that to distract from the fact that Marcus Smart had maybe the best intentional missed free throw of all time at the end of the game, where he got the ball back. Everyone in the arena knew what he was going to do. And he threw him off with his time. He did I've never seen a player do a hard count on a foul shot before.
Yeah.
And that's kind of what he did, and he caught them sleeping, caught it in the air, and then probably should have scored afterwards. That was the most impressive play of the game.
Yeah, it was an incredible intentional miss. The foul for Marcus Smart, I don't know if it was like he was very clearly shooting. I think the more frustration from Hank's perspective is that they usually call that. That's what it boils down to. Whether you think he was shooting a 3 or not, that usually gets called.
In any other situation of the game besides the last 30 seconds.
Right. So how are you feeling going into Monday? Because the mini whomping is off.
Mini whomping is off.
You put that button away.
One thing I'll also say, just shout out to Pat Connaughton, recurring guest. He does this thing where he catches the ball no matter where it is and just shoots it.
Yeah.
It's an unbelievable. I don't know if people have been noticing. No. But this is there was one play where he caught it. It was above his head, and he literally didn't move his hand, caught it, and just released.
Keep the ball high. Don't bring it low.
It's impressive. I'll try and identify the video and put it out there. It's a gutter war. I said this from the beginning of the series. This was not going to be an easy series to win.
Yeah.
No one thought we were going to win in 4 or 5. We got to win. Every game from here on out is a must-win.
But I think it's just going to go back and forth. I think it's going to go 7.
Didn't we discuss that a mini whomping could be 6 games if you blew them out?
I don't want to disrespect the opponents. The Bucks are a good team, and we just any win's a good win. And a series win's a series win. Doesn't matter how many games it takes.
Right, you're not looking ahead to either the Sixers or the Heat right now.
I would never do that.
No, never.
I don't think the mini whomping though can happen because the Bucks did whomp them game 1.
Yeah,
they beat them by 12 in Boston.
That's true. I was talking to a friend this weekend who had questions about the different tiers of whompings and mini whompings. We should actually sit down and figure out, put together an encompassing list of okay, here's a shit pumping.
Yeah. Here's
an ass kicking. Here's a whomping. Here's a mini whomping. Here's a gentleman's sweep.
I actually don't know if we want to really get into detail we can do it another time. I don't know if one of your best players is hurt, a whomping is even on the table.
I don't think it can be.
Yeah, so the Bucks could never have gotten whomped because of Chris Middleton's injury.
Correct.
Well, Marcus Smart didn't play game.
But
that's true. He didn't play game 2.
But they could get mini whomped.
They could get mini whomped.
Yeah, it's not all gentlemen's sweeps are whompings, but not all whompings are gentlemen's sweeps.
If Giannis was out, you can't mini whomp.
Correct.
If your best player's out, whomping's off the table.
I think if your best player's out, the highest you can have is you took care of business.
Yeah. You did what you were supposed to do.
Yep.
Exactly. It's still hard to beat teams in this league. Sunday's games, Chris Paul, more like Piss Paul.
Yikes.
I was actually hoping
bleep that out, Hank.
I was hoping that we could just let Chris Paul get as many fouls as he wants so he could get a quadruple double. So people could be like, point guard, 10 points, 10 assists, 10 rebounds, 11 fouls.
I think fouls should count differently based on, 1, how many rings you have. So his would actually be the exact same on that standard. And then 2, based on your size.
Yeah.
It's always weird when a little guy fouls out. It's like, oh, that's so cute. I want to pat him on his head.
Yeah, it's I feel good that we had that conversation. We hashed everything out on Friday's show where we decided that even though Chris Paul is incredible and does things that are like, holy fuck, he's just completely demolishing this team by himself from the point guard position. We stayed the course and we said we're not going to relent. We're not going to give up. He's a choke artist. Now we just got to go to Game 5 and hope that the Mavs can keep it going, which I don't think they will. I think this is, if I had to predict Game 5, I think this is a true point god, 28, 10-6.
He's got the bulletin board material.
Yeah.
And he's, they might call him Scott Foster.
Yeah.
If they do, all bets are off, obviously, on that one. Chris Paul, we did determine, we all agree he's awesome. But at the same time, he sucks.
Yeah.
And those are my favorite players. He is the best player in the NBA who also sucks ass.
He's the weather.
Yeah.
If you don't like it, just wait 5 minutes.
Oh, that's a good joke.
Yeah, there you go. So that's Chris Paul.
That's old school PMT.
Yeah, we just got to wait another couple games because I think he's going to show up in Game 5, and then we're going to have to eat some crow, and people are going to tag us the other way with Russillo. I think we probably are going to break, like, Chris Paul in the playoffs. If Chris Paul gets back to the finals, we'll break a record for most tweets tagged with Russillo, myself, and you.
We just have to, yeah, you're right. We just have to wait and let Chris Paul do something hilarious again because it's going to happen.
And
there are going to be games. You can actually, what's great about being an awesome player who sucks is that in a way, everybody's right about Chris Paul.
Yeah.
Everyone can, at the end of the day, at the end of a season, be like, look, my narrative this entire time was 100% correct. He makes all of us feel smarter about basketball.
Yeah, and it is getting tenuous with Russillo because I texted him asking him how many of those fouls were bullshit, and he had very quickly had a detailed report, being like the third, the sixth, the fifth, and like I was like, okay, makes sense. So we're just gonna have to, Tuesday's gonna be a big fucking game. Game 5. Hopefully the Mavs can show up, and we can.
Hopefully nobody in the crowd breaks the code.
Yeah, I mean that is fucked up.
It is,
and it is.
But it's fair. You should watch the video because the kid is like 16 or 17, and then Chris Paul is looking at him yelling at him like he's going to kill him.
He should.
That would be great. A great use of your rule where you can fight a fan.
Yes.
If it's Chris Paul against a 16-year-old.
Yes, and the other.
Everybody would be like, that's a Mickey Mouse fight.
Yeah, and then the 16-year-old beats him up because he's like a foot taller.
Yeah.
And then we have the Sixers officially back, which I know Hank is rooting for the Sixers.
He's not looking ahead.
He's not looking ahead, but he's rooting for the Sixers. Joel Embiid, indestructible. I forgot to tweet tonight, I'm giving my MVP vote to him. So I'm sending it back in. It's switched a few times.
Has Luka been in the conversation?
Luka has been in the conversation on Game 2. I took it away from him.
What you should do
after he got ripped.
If the Suns win the championship, you got to give your MVP to Chris Paul.
Yeah.
That should be the rule.
That should be the rule. But yeah, the Sixers, turns out Joel Embiid is really good at basketball, and he's very important to the Philadelphia 76ers.
Yep.
This is breaking news.
What's the meme? Nobody cared who I was until I put on the mask.
Yep.
That's kind of where we're at with Joel Embiid right now. He gave an all-time suck it to the crowd.
Yeah.
On Friday night. Just big-time chop, right? Blatantly. It was such a good suck it that even on television, they had to replay it over and over just to highlight what a great suck it was.
And he has
Usually they turn the cameras away, but it's
Yeah.
like, you know what? The kids are probably in bed. It's late at night. Let's just all respect what a great DX this was.
Yes, and it's fun to watch him play. So, Hank, how are you feeling now, the fact that you're down and the Sixers have even the series, your foe?
I
Your
bet the
mortal
Sixers
enemy.
tonight. We talked about it before tonight who we're going to bet. I bet the Sixers. I thought they were going to win. I can't worry about this series. I think it's two good teams. Whoever comes out is going to be the better team. But if I had to pick right now, I'd probably still say the Heat. But I hope it's the Sixers. But honestly, I just it's one of those I'm focused on the Bucks.
I would be worried that James Harden is actually playing himself into shape in front of our very eyes.
He actually,
He took it coast to coast a couple times tonight. Didn't have to stop for breath. Hit the oxygen tank halfway.
He had 31 points tonight, and we're getting to the point of the playoffs where the James Harden defenders are starting to use some stats that actually make sense. That the James Harden Joel Embiid combo this playoffs has been very, very dominant. So maybe James Harden is going to have a little resurgence. He's another one though. We just wait till Game 6. No, Game 7 in Miami.
Yep.
If they go there a day early,
That's what we're saying.
that's
yeah.
it. That's
Yeah.
done.
I would like to see it. It would be good for the NBA if the Sixers advance to the next round.
Yeah.
No disrespect, Jake, to your Heat and your Heat culture.
No, but disrespect because that's all we've been doing.
But kind of all disrespect
Yeah.
at the same
Yeah.
time. Because just for the storylines, Embiid, Harden together in a series against, like Hank was saying, the Celtics, that's going to be, it's good for ratings, and we're ratings watchers.
Yes.
Yeah, that's fair. I mean, the Heat, so I have a stat here. The last 2 games, they've missed 51 of their last 65 threes. Can that keep going?
Well, you know
I
what
don't
they
know.
say.
Give Duncan Robinson more looks.
He hasn't played this
He has
series. He's
not
played 1
played.
minute.
Yeah.
And he's been on this podcast, and he's good luck, and he's a good player, and he's known for making threes. He got $90
You know what
million.
they say though? It's a make or miss league, Jake.
But you can't make or miss if you don't play.
Yeah, I know, but I'm saying as a team, it's a make or miss league. If you start missing,
Yeah, no, they went.
it is what it
yeah,
is.
It was bad.
You live by the jump shot, you
But
die
it's
by the jump
2
shot.
out of 3, and
Live by the podcast,
Bob
die
Ryan was
by it.
coaching. That wouldn't be a problem.
That's true.
that's true. He
That's
would have
very
swept already. Yeah.
Yeah.
So 2-2. A lot of basketball.
Where's your confidence at, Jake?
After game 1, it was at a 9. After game 2, it was at 9.5. After game 3, it was at like an 8 of winning the series. Now it's down to like a 6.5.
Okay,
7.
so still confident.
I think the Heat should still be favored. I don't know what the Barstool Sportsbook odds, but I'd assume with 2 out of 3 at home, they'll be favored.
In the March confidence meter, does it ever get to a 10? Because it
Not
should have been
until-
at a 10 after game 2. Like you should have
But
been
you
at a
still
10.
have to win 50% of the series.
Yeah, I know. Yes, correct. But
What's a 10?
Wait,
What
when
would
do you
a
get to a
be?
10?
Like Jim Boeheim can successfully drive home.
Jesus Christ. Fourth quarter, 0.00
It's like the
on
arrow.
the clock.
You never actually get there. Just go
You know,
half the way there.
you're not. I would think that a nerd like you would be a fan of the Elam ending. Isn't that?
No, it's cool because
But the whole process behind that is that there's a certain score where the game is actually over.
it's like pickup.
Right. So there has to be a time.
In the middle of the game.
Yeah,
Or-
like the whole. I'm pretty sure the Elam ending started that. Like, there's a point in a game where a team can't like statistically come back, and I might not understand this at all.
Probably not watch Timberwolves games.
Yeah.
Elam ending is at the under 4 or 5 minute. They just
No, I
plus
know
7.
that, but
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure maybe I made that up. Someone has that where they statistically are like.
I
it's a
think it was
wrap.
more so just to speed up. They don't do the free throw game at the end.
Yeah, yeah.
But yeah.
Okay, so 6. So let's
6.5,
shift. Let's
7,
use this
yeah.
as a jumping off point for hockey.
Yeah.
The big matchup: Capitals Panthers 2-2.
Yep.
I heard a little rumblings.
No, not 2-2.
Oh, what is it?
2-1.
2-1.
Good guys.
2-1.
Ooh, 2-1. I heard some rumblings that there might be a PMT road trip with Jake and
Potentially.
PFT, which would be very good content. You guys going down to DC for what, next Friday?
If
First- yeah,
necessary.
first it has
If
to happen.
necessary.
If necessary.
So my confidence is at a 10 right now, Jake. As a Caps fan, I'm fully bought in now. Like I'm back to thinking that this could be our year. Ovi is skating like he hasn't skated in like 2.5 years. He looks healthy. He's laying people out. That was a shit pumping that we saw on Saturday. Just an absolute destruction of the Panthers. I'm just like fully believing like there's a little bit of magic on this team. It might happen again. So I talked to Jake about it. I was like, Jake, would you want to go down to DC on Friday, if necessary, to that game?
Should have put a future in again.
Maybe our team over at Game Time can help us out.
Yeah.
Get Jake and I
Maybe
down
get
there
you
to
on
DC.
the ice.
And then Jake has already agreed that the stakes on this series, we did the Whomping last time. If the Capitals win, Jake has to try heroin.
Oh, nice.
So
Black Tar.
stakes are high.
Subscribe to PMTV episode 8.
Do it for the
Coming soon.
AWLs, Jake.
I think you
Everyone
guys
wants you to see just with your eyes rolling to the back of your head.
I think we should get you guys. I think Game Time should try to get you guys on the glass behind the hot girl seat. I don't know if you saw in Dallas. It's every
Wow.
playoffs.
Bonk.
There's one of those. Yeah, it is. It goes viral every playoffs.
Well, that was the seat where the fan in Las Vegas actually flashed Ovi and stuck her tits up against the glass. As
You
he
remember
was,
that? So
as
that's
he
a
was
double
skating
bonk.
around.
One
Julie
for me,
Rose.
one for No,
Bonk
that was
myself.
MLB. Bonk yourself. That was
I think
the
it
World
was both of
Series.
them. I think
Oh,
that was like her thing.
Well, I just remembered that one
Right.
girl in Vegas because we made a T-shirt out of it,
Right.
which you signed off on.
I don't remember signing.
Bonk.
We put a T-shirt with tits.
Yeah, with tits on the glass.
We did.
Yeah.
Yes.
Really?
We definitely did.
Because
Yeah.
it's Ovi holding the cup,
Oh.
and then right behind him is this girl
Got it.
in a Las Vegas party dress with her
Got
tits
it.
on the glass.
I think she's like married to Jake Paul.
Oh no, she wasn't. She was just MLB one.
MLB, yeah.
Okay,
This
never
is
mind.
this has been history
Okay,
of
yeah.
tits at games. So I think you guys what you should have to do is after the first period, whoever's losing should have to put on maybe either take off their shirt for the second period, or maybe put on a bra and see if you can get noticed.
As the tits person.
Yeah, it's a tits person. That would be hilarious.
I haven't.
And
put
then
on-
if the team flips, then the third period, whoever's losing has to do that.
I haven't
Whoever's
put-
losing has to do it.
I haven't worn women's clothing in like 3 years.
You did have that hot.
A hot streak.
It was the.
Well, it's
it was-
Donna Gruden as
it was
the old
s-
lady.
It was like the second time in like a month where I didn't say anything, but I thought I was like, oh, this is a trend.
No, you did say it.
Oh, I might have said
Yeah,
something.
you did say
I was
it,
like,
but
what's up?
I got I got asked to be the bridesmaid in the Dana Beers wedding.
Right.
And so I had to wear a nice cocktail dress.
Had to.
Classy. It was classy. But yeah, I'm down for that, Jake.
That would be fun.
You want to go tarps off?
who
for
could be
second
the
period?
who can be the tits guy?
You know, 2 months ago, I didn't think I'd be getting into bets that included heroin, dip, and tits, but here we are.
Yeah.
Rank those.
It's the hat trick.
I mean, I've only
Okay, no heroin. I'll take the heroin off the table. We can say that.
Jake was about to say that the dip was the worst.
We'll save the heroin.
no,
but
I was about to say it's the only one I've experienced.
I think like a bra. Wear a bra for the second period.
Or you know what? We have those. I think the Joey and Pat have the like fake tits that they walk around. You know, have you seen those? Frank slapped them one day.
I've seen them.
Bring
Yeah.
those. Whoever's losing has to put them on.
I don't know.
That would be very funny.
I don't know if you can get into the arena with actual like fake breasts.
It's 2022, bro.
You just have to wear them in.
Yeah, you just have to wear them in.
Put your hair down.
Yeah.
Jake, I'm down.
Shave your face, put your hair down.
It's also been a while since I've been mistaken for a woman from behind.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Oh fuck.
Jake,
I like this. This would be good. This would be good
how about
content.
we can just do the bra. Just wear a bra on your
Yeah.
skin and go shirtless.
The goal is just to have someone see you guys and be like, "Hey, look at those tits."
Yeah.
As long as heroin's
It
off
happens
the
in
table.
every hockey. It happens every hockey playoffs where they're like, "Look at those tits." They never seen. It's something about seeing tits in the
wild.
setting of sports where everyone's like, "Oh my god,
My worlds
did
are
you
colliding."
see those tits?"
Yeah. So what just happened
Yeah,
over the
you
last
can see them all the time.
over the last 5 minutes was a masterclass in part of my take negotiations where we anchored so hard that now Jake's like, yeah, it's reasonable that I'll just have to be in a bra.
Mm-hmm.
As long as drugs or alcohol are involved.
Okay, so perfect. You can do them if you want to.
The drugs and the
Yeah,
alcohol.
right. If it makes you feel comfortable getting into
And
the
there's
tits.
always the out of running onto the field of play to get out of the bet, right?
Oh, I thought you were going to say the Panthers lose 4-1.
Not two.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
You have to go on the ice and stick a Ukraine pin on Ovi's jersey, and then
Oh,
you can get
yeah.
out of it.
OV has said clearly that he does not support the war. Let's
You have
not,
to throw-
Let's not get it
Oh, I
twisted.
could bring a rat.
Yeah, you
and
have to throw
it
a
out.
blue and yellow dyed rat on the ice at Ovi.
Not that. No, we don't attack other players. That we're no better than.
We don't attack their family.
Then we're no better than Putin.
No, we don't attack their family.
When they go low, we go high, Jake.
You have to touch Ovi's the inside of his knee. No, that's too far. That's way too far. All right, we'll figure it out. Either way, hockey
I think I'd
playoffs have
rather
been
do the
awesome.
heroin.
Yeah. Okay.
Oh, all
Then,
right.
Yeah, I mean, touch a
chunky.
man's knee. Yeah, no, you're right.
Yeah.
The playoffs have been awesome every night. The Bruins are back, Hank, 2-2. Cycling some pucks.
Yep.
I'm trying to think what other series.
There's the breakdown.
Yeah,
of the
there it
Bruins
is. Now we
series.
should break down.
Well, no, it's it.
We took a red eye. I woke up. It was like the third period. Game was over.
Time does not exist
Hockey,
right now for
hockey
me and
playoffs,
Hank.
they've honestly been so confusing to me so far this year because you can't really count on a team being good. Because
No, every series
it
feels,
goes back and forth so hard. There are blowouts both ways in almost every series.
Yeah, I want to say the only series that is 3-0 is the Avalanche, right? Yeah.
Yep.
3-0 Avalanche. So everything else has been.
Ever since Taylor Luan's tweet.
I'm not gonna lie. They
Yeah, sorry.
I watched
The
the first
Predators
two games,
are 0-3.
Yeah.
Yeah.
and they got smoked, and then I kind of wrote them off a little bit. So maybe it's kind of good juju for me to just not pay attention.
You forgot about home ice.
Yeah.
Means a lot. Means a lot. All right. So
Go
yeah,
Bees though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cycle the puck.
Yeah.
We'll
Fuck
have
yeah.
Whitney on soon though to
This week.
break down.
I just got a text.
He's here this week.
Monday through Wednesday.
We got a packed week. All right, we'll have Whitney on.
They have
very
live
soon.
streams though, so
Oh, geez. Well, he's a workhorse. He's not like Biz. Biz still complaining about that red eye.
Biz was
we
also-
would never, Hank.
Biz was also on TNT.
Biz was on TNT. Cup checking, guys. All right, let's do who's back, and then we'll get to Max Homa. We'll talk some golf with him, and then we will have Dmitry Bivol on with Billy Football live from Las Vegas. If you've noticed that Billy's not here, he is. I basically told him stay as long as you can in the Bivol camp and get as much content, which means translation, he'll probably be there for 2 weeks and we'll get a blog.
He is he did already start to make excuses. That sounded like a Billy excuse, but it turns out it's real. He says that he's trapped in a sandstorm in Las Vegas right now, which I assumed, like anyone else would, that it has something to do with cocaine.
Yeah.
He's like, there's just sand blowing around everywhere. It's legit. There's like a meteorological event happening in Vegas.
Yep.
So heaven forbid if Billy Football just gets stuck out and becomes somebody else's problem for the rest of his career. God forbid. He has a legitimate excuse this time.
Yes, he is excused. All right, before we get to who's back, Coors Light is always back. It's a hectic time of year. There's playoffs every single night. You got weddings, graduations, spring sports coming up. You're busier than ever, and sometimes you need to take a second for yourself with an ice-cold Coors Light. There's only one beer that's literally made to chill, and that's Coors Light. The mountains on the bottles and cans even turn blue when your beer is cold. That way you always know when it's time to chill. Mountain Cold Refreshment, made to chill. Coors Light is cold lagered, cold filtered, cold package. It's literally made to chill. It's as crisp and refreshing as the Colorado Rockies. Perfect for a moment to unwind. When I need to sit down, I'm actually looking forward to this weekend. No travel, sitting down on a Friday night, watching some playoff hockey, watching some playoff basketball, having a nice cold, ice cold Coors Light, the greatest beer ever created. When you need a second for yourself, reach for the beer that's made to chill. Get Coors Light delivered straight to your door with Drizzly or Instacart by going to CoorsLight.com/take. Celebrate responsibly. Coors Brewing Company, Golden, Colorado. CoorsLight.com/take. Check it out. It is the best beer of all time. We love Coors Light. All right, Hank, who's back?
I have a couple.
Oh,
First one, kind of a serious one. I've got a lot of tweets, a lot of messages this weekend.
Yeah.
Honestly, the past week and month, going back to this new role I have, content development, and what we're gonna do with baseball at Barstool. So I'm excited to announce that as of today, we have signed Jake Arrieta.
Let's go.
He's our new coworker. He was on the podcast a few weeks ago. People loved him. I was down in Austin with him last week. We shot an intro video. We shot the first podcast episode, which is out today.
You got a cupcake?
Starting 9, I did
You
get
got
a cupcake.
Also, no pressure. I was thinking about this. No pressure, but the best podcast in the world started from Hank flying to Austin, someone flying from Chicago, and linking up for a first episode in Austin.
That's true.
That was the first episode of Pardon My Take. Someday when we become a Jeopardy category, actually they'd cancel that before that. Be like,
that was the
can't do
only.
that.
Was that our only podcast ever recorded in Austin?
No, we went
Vince
to
Young.
that's
that's
South
right.
by Southwest. But yes, I was thinking about that. There's history.
That's
Yeah,
where
no, when I was
podcasts
down
go.
there, I was I was kind of going through, giving them some do's and don'ts of podcasting. I was like, I was down here 6 years ago, kind of doing the same thing. We were planning out segments, doing the whole thing. So it's going to be 2 times a week. They're going to do interviews. Jake is the fucking man. Unbelievable.
No duh.
I mean, no duh, but it's we spent the day with him. We worked out. We ate. It's he just lives the ultimate athlete. You know how it is. Kind of like Whitney. He honestly reminds me of Whitney, where it's he's got the pro athlete, he's got the money, but he just wants to talk ball, but he's just fucking, he's the man. He golfs, chills, works out, deals with his kids, and just wants
the
to talk
best.
baseball.
Yeah, if you had told me in 2015 that Jake Arrieta would be a coworker, I'd be like, oh my God.
You'd be like, I'm going to make the Cubs?
Yeah, holy shit.
So make sure you go listen to that starting 9. They might change the name. That's kind of TBD, but it's out now. Go listen, go support, go show some love.
Are you saying get rid of the DH?
I don't care about the DH. Didn't they get rid of it? Oh no, they added in the National League.
Okay.
Yep. I'm curious to know what your workout with Jake Arrieta was like.
We filmed it. We were doing snatches, we were doing biceps.
He's a beast.
He is a tank.
Did you keep up?
I actually did. I didn't too bad. The F45s helped me out.
Yep.
What day you on?
I've gone 10, 15 times.
Out of?
10 to 15 times.
Oh, it's 45 times in the year.
45 minutes. No. I've gone 3 or 4 days a week since 4 weeks ago.
Hell yes.
6-pack summer.
6-pack summer.
Let's go.
No cap. Actually might happen.
Nope.
No cap.
Yes.
No.
Yes.
No.
Yes.
It does smell like MF and cap in here.
Just wait on it.
Okay.
My cap
I'll be waiting
detector is off
forever.
the charts.
Who's back
I'll be
the
Forrest
week
Gump waiting for Jenny to come back.
is tennis. I don't know how you didn't talk about this, Big Cat, at the top of the show with all the sports things, everything that went on this week. Huge tennis upset. Never happens in tennis.
What tournament?
The tennis tournament of the weekend.
Oh, you can't even name it.
Jake line.
Don't care.
Carlos Alcaraz, not Alcatraz, Alcaraz, 19-year-old, beat Rafa, Djokovic, and Zverev, who apparently is the number 2. So he beat 1, 2, and 3 on his way to the championship.
That's a pretty good weekend for a
Madrid.
19-year-old.
Madrid. That's huge tennis culture.
Yeah,
Being Rafa in Madrid.
Come on.
Imagine doing
It's
that
the Spanish Open?
as a
It's the
19-year-old.
Madrid Open.
What were the odds on him? I need to know in terms of horse racing how big of an underdog this kid
Yeah.
was.
I don't know. I gotta look.
Is he? Either way, beat 1, 2, and 3. That doesn't happen in tennis. It's worth noting. Rafa, Djokovic, Zverev. I don't know who Zverev is, but Rafa and Djokovic.
German
Number
guy.
2.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So
Was
1,
he
2,
supposed
3.
to go on the show?
Zverev?
Alcaraz?
Maybe.
Possibly.
We've had a list of tennis people. Who were like,
I think they're
no
like, "Do you want
thanks."
this person on?" And then Jake was like, "He's number 2," and we are like, "We probably should."
Yeah.
And then we're like,
We're
wait,
like,
2?
no. But
No.
then we hear Jeannie Bouchard, we're like, yes.
So tennis is back. I mean,
Big time.
the sports world was on fire because of this kid.
It is. I like the name, though. Like, that's a very marketable name. This
Escape
kid,
from Alcaraz.
This kid might be the baby goat.
Let's
The
wait
Rock.
till LeBron says something.
No, fuck LeBron. He still hasn't done his Q&A.
Yeah, that's true. That's never happening.
I'm waiting. I'm going to remind him every week. Still waiting on that
Get his
Q&A,
ass.
King.
All right, is that it?
That's it.
All right.
It's
PFT?
2.
I've got a couple who's backs. Is that okay?
Sure.
All right, so my first who's back of the week is pointless NFL debates because this was going for like all day Thursday, all day Friday. I saw it trickle into the weekend a little bit, and it's people talking about Ryan Tannehill's comments regarding Malik Willis.
Oh, yeah.
And how they drafted Malik Willis, and they asked him like, "Hey, are you going to be mentoring Malik Willis in the NFL?" And he was like, "No, that's not really my job to do that. I'm going to try to win the starting position. And if he learns from me watching me, then I guess that's a bonus." And then people are like, that's not good teammate. That's not a good teamwork mentality. And I've got a couple of things to say about this. First thing is he's right. It's not his job.
Correct.
To like teach another man how to take your job. I don't think there's a workplace in America where that's your expectation, to train somebody to make you unemployed.
Correct.
My second thing, like looking through all the takes surrounding this, is do you really want Ryan Tannehill to
No.
show Malik Willis
No.
everything there is to know about how to be like Ryan Tannehill?
He seems like a decent teammate.
Yeah, but like, do you?
Yeah,
If-
I would say that's where I stop.
But if you want
Yeah.
a quarterback that's going to mentor your young quarterback and show him everything that you know, I would prefer that it would be a better quarterback than Ryan Tannehill.
Correct. I also, what I don't understand is, like, we as a society, I mean, and rightfully so, when you talk about guys in sports who are excel and win championships and go to that extra level, like, people laud Kobe and MJ and like the true Tiger and all these psychos that are so incredibly competitive all the time. And that's what everyone looks at, like, holy fuck, that's what it takes to be great. And then Ryan Tannehill gives a pretty honest answer of like, yeah, I'm a competitive guy. I don't want to train someone to take my job. And everyone's like, whoa, bad
dickhead.
teammate. What?
Yeah.
How can those two things like, I don't understand that.
That's-
He's being honest. He's not saying he's going to be mean to him. He's saying it's the coach's job to coach him, not Ryan Tannehill's job.
Yeah, that's why we sabotage Jake at every turn.
Yeah.
Because we know he's coming for a gig, and we're like, not so fast. We're going to get you addicted to every substance. It'll never happen.
Including
Jake.
tits. Like Tom Brady has definitely had this exact same thought.
Right.
And everyone's like, Tom Brady, and rightfully so, is the greatest of all time because he's such a crazy competitor. Peyton Manning, do you know how many years? This is probably because people don't remember like the Peyton Manning Colts, and maybe they were trying, maybe this wasn't intentional, but they would always just put like someone who, if Peyton Manning got hurt, the season was officially over.
That was
and
the
I'm
Jim-
counting Jim Sorgi,
the Jim
who I love.
Sorgi years, yeah.
One of my favorite Badgers. But like that, Peyton Manning wasn't like, oh yeah, I'm gonna have a backup that I'm gonna try to, make sure that if I get hurt, like we're gonna be okay.
I think that's what the problem was in Chicago when you had Mike Glennon. Mike Glennon went out of his way to teach Mitch Trubisky everything that he knew about how to be Mike Glennon.
Right.
And then Mitch goes to Buffalo, and then Josh Allen's like, here's how you become Josh Allen.
Bad habits,
And now
yeah.
Mitch is good again.
He is. He's back.
My other who's back of the week is Drake.
Oh,
Drake's everywhere. It's all the kids are talking about. Drake was seen in and around Miami for the F1 races, which, by the way, are you going to talk about F1?
I was, but yeah.
Was he?
Yeah, he was at like some parties and stuff. I don't think he went to the actual race.
Oh, I think I saw him.
You saw Drake?
Well, not me. I think
What did
I
he
saw
say?
a video of him.
Did he recognize you?
He definitely went to
I thought
the
he was at
race.
Churchill Downs. Maybe he was at both.
Oh, you know what?
I think they're planes.
That's what it was. That's the video I saw.
I think he was in Miami this week for the F1 like events, and then he went to Churchill Downs for the Kentucky Derby.
Wait, when was the F1
Sunday.
race?
Sunday afternoon.
Oh, so yeah.
Yeah, he was
Maybe-
probably
maybe
there.
he went.
Yeah.
He probably
Yeah.
took a plane.
Yeah.
Rich people.
That
they
is,
can afford
yeah,
that sort
they
of
can
thing.
go back and forth.
So he also has
Ray Allen.
Yep, that's right. He also name checked Ovechkin in one of his most recent songs, which is
Saw
very
that.
cool to see. And then last week on Instagram, when people were talking about the whole Ja Morant's dad, Karl Anthony Towns' dad thing, Drake slid into the comments and just said that he wanted to defend the players and the players' parents. Like, we don't need to be attacking them for this sort of thing. And then some guy on Instagram chirped back at him, a guy named Cedric. And
Uh-oh.
then Drake replied to him, and he said, guess what? I'm going to follow your wife on Instagram. Sounds like she needs a little more excitement in her life. He then followed this guy's wife and then DM'd her, and he said, I'm here for you, Ma. And then they went back and forth. It turned into a big thing where this girl ended up writing a Reddit post of like, today I fucked up because Drake followed me on Instagram and is kind of ruining my marriage right now. Because this guy is down so bad that he's afraid that Drake is actually going to take his wife. It's actually great.
She also joined Twitter for one day, posted one picture with her and her husband and one picture by herself, and like got destroyed. And then was like, I didn't realize like Twitter was like this.
Yeah, you can't just jump
can't-
on it.
you can't do that.
On and just got absolutely cooked. It
Yeah.
was like, wait a second, I have to delete this.
But Drake's also setting a very dangerous precedent for any like cucks out there. Now you have a blueprint as to like how to get Drake to fuck your wife. Mm-hmm. You just have to talk shit to him. They're like, come on, Drake, take the bait.
Yeah.
Follow my wife.
Yeah. Maybe, yeah, and be like, hey, you know what? Impregnate my wife.
Yeah.
And then I get money.
That's actually a good business plan.
Yeah. It all started. Son, how were you conceived? Well, I was talking shit to Drake.
It's great how we met.
It was a crazy first round between the Grizzlies and the Timberwolves. Okay, my who's back is F1. Miami, Verstappen. Shout out Hank. He had a max parlay. Max Homa and Max Verstappen to win.
Shout out to the AWL that tweeted at me.
Crazy.
Said thoughts on a max parlay, and I said I love it.
The F1 was
Inside the mind of a genius right there.
Martin Brundle went viral because he thought he was interviewing Patrick Mahomes, and it was actually Paolo Bencaro, which was very, very funny. Good to see Paolo was out there without a drink in his hand, I would say.
Those are the best part of the races. I don't F1 great show, great to follow, good, this league, social media drama. Races kind of take a nap during, but the beginning, they do that every race where he just runs around and just chirps people that are like having conversations and shit. It's so funny.
I asked Peggy to try to get Martin Brundle on the show, so that would be great if we got him.
Can we just get in the trust tree real quick? I can't get into F1.
Well, here's the thing.
I can't.
There was one pass. I rooted for Verstappen. He passed him. That was the only. That
I
was
took a
it.
nap. I took a nap, and I woke up and I was like, wait, Verstappen's in the front, and then that was it.
I haven't even been able to keep up like on the reality show, which is good. I've enjoyed the first. I think I watched the first season and a half of it, and I really liked it. It fell off. There's all this other live sports on TV. I can't keep up with it. It doesn't hold my interest. I get the celebrity stuff around it is fun to talk about. I'm trying real hard to get into it.
No, you're fine because I think that there's.
I like Daniel Ricciardo.
No,
I root for Daniel Ricciardo because I think he's a funny guy.
Great.
But I don't care. I still like what he brings to the table. But as for the sport in general, I feel like there's like a large percentage of people in America that got into it for a couple months and then they're like, oh yeah, the actual sport isn't that exciting.
Yeah, no, and it's also there's a lot of people now on Twitter who are like trying to prove who's the bigger F1 fan. I'm doing it because it's like. I just say push, and then I say fuck Max Verstappen. Those are basically time tweets.
Yeah.
Because that's my only take on the whole thing. Or if Ferrari wins, but I agree. Like no one passes anyone. It's the Drives to Survive is awesome. I wish I could watch Drives to Survive every day. So I love that. But the actual races, I agree. It's like it's kind of. I mean, I'm not a big NASCAR guy. You know what I mean? For the same reason. I can't sit down and watch a whole race.
If they were on horses, that would be way better.
Well, and those are the fastest 2 minutes in sports.
Yeah.
You get to, and guess what?
Cars don't
you
have
get to
personality.
Bet it, and then you get to bet it again, and you get to bet it again. And the problem is I've tried to bet F1, and it's like I don't understand. You just bet one of the top two cars, and then it's just will one of them pass, and then that's it.
Yeah, I think what my issue is, I just don't like cars. I'm not a car guy. I've never been interested.
They do go fast, which is cool. Crashes
mechanics.
are cool.
I've never been interested in any sort of that. If they were on horses, I would like it. If they were in planes, I would like it a lot better. If they were on motorcycles, even I would still like that a little bit less.
Train
racing?
Yeah.
Are you kidding me? Dude, train racing would be fucking sick.
Yeah.
Just build like one track, and then there's like 8 trains that start off on their own little mini tracks, and then there's just a giant crash trying to get onto that one track.
Yes, it all converges.
The Yankees do that on the scoreboard, the subway race. Virtually.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah.
It's like the 4
train
and the
racing.
D and-
Elon Musk, instead of like flushing your money down the toilet trying to like protect free speech.
Wait, we should do train racing.
How about we just build train racing?
We should do train racing. We should try to figure out the exact like same distance, and everyone takes a different train line in the New York City subways.
That's kind of sick.
Yeah, we should do that.
Train races?
Someone smarter than us figure out the map. Like it has to be.
What about tandem bike racing?
No,
stupid.
The weather
It's raining on
we almost
Friday.
did
sucks.
that.
It's raining on Friday.
It rained every Friday.
It literally rained on
It
Friday.
rained every Friday for a year.
No, but if we could figure out a way, if someone could get a map and be like, here's the equidistance for every single different line, and we all started the exact same time, and there's some luck involved.
Oh, there's a lot of luck.
But there's also some skill.
Jake, we'll do time trials on the way down to D.C. on Friday.
Yeah.
We'll be on the same train, but it'll be time trials.
Yeah.
We'll see who can sit at the front of the train.
The farthest
Maybe
part
let
of the
the
front.
conductor get you in, put a little hat on me.
Yeah, a little whistle. And then
I started out saying like they'll get Jake in there, but then I was like, you know what? I really just want to sit in the
on his
conductor's
lap.
booth. Yeah.
Yeah.
Let me blow the horn.
My other who's back is golf. Hank and I golfed, and 1 out of 5 down. I said I was going to golf 5 times this summer. I hate golf. It is so brutal. I think I would like it if I golfed all the time, but I don't have the time. And it just sucks.
I think we just got to get you in the simulator. You get your swing down. You got the putting down. You got the short game down. Big Cat, no joke, in 3 holes, hit 2
like gigantic
like
putts.
a 45-yard putt, and then like 2 holes later hit like a 35
high stakes
foot
too.
putt. I keep saying yard.
No,
People get
yard.
mad.
You were right.
Yard, feet, whatever.
But yeah,
Foot.
golf is just every time I go out, I have fun for a few holes, and then by like hole 12, I'm like, all right, I want to go home.
I usually have a good amount of fun in like after the second hole. I start to have a little bit of fun until I get tired. But there's no worse time in golf than being somebody who doesn't golf, who like never golfs, and then going out there to the first tee when everyone can see you.
Correct.
As
That
you're
happened
hitting
to
off
me.
that tee. And people like laugh at you. It's like, I'm sorry, I don't play this fucking sport all the time. And the weight of the world is on your shoulders when you're teeing off on the first.
Yeah.
We were all bad. None of us had played, but then we were playing for significant stakes, which made it fun, but it was also extremely stressful. But
Yeah.
it was fun.
Yeah.
I
Very
had
stressful.
I had a great time. Big Cat on the course was a delight.
Yeah, so Hank can attest to this. I think that my job is like a golfer. If I could just drive around in the cart and talk shit, I was great at talking shit. I was talking shit to other people. That one guy was really mad at me. Yeah. We let someone play through on a par 3, and the guy hit it in the sand off his tee shot, and I just yelled out, I was like, it's in the sand. And he just like shook his head. And then when they came up to the green, I just pointed, I was like, yep, you're in the sand over there. And he was so mad at me. It was so fucking good.
Did
So
you
that's
lie?
I need that. No, I was helping him out. I was helping him find his ball. So yeah, golf, shit talking and golf. I'm a lead at. Everything else, putting and shit talking. If I could do those 2 things, I'd have a great
Let's
time.
all play together this summer.
Sure. I said I'd play 5 times. I'm going to
There you
keep
go.
up to that. So that was 1
Loser has to smoke crack cocaine.
Oh my god.
while standing on top of a train. Just for fun.
All right, now you got me hooked.
I mean, you're probably not going to lose.
Yeah, that's true,
PFT and I
Jake.
are golfing.
Jake, we're really bad at golf.
And Billy definitely plays golf like a football player.
With a
Like,
baseball
he just,
bat.
Yeah, he just
Billy unintentionally does dude perfect on the course.
Billy,
He like brings
Billy
a
just
tennis
puts
racket.
holes in the fucking fairway. Okay, Jake, you're who's back, and let's get to our interviews. Max Homa and Dmitry Bivol.
My who's back of the week? The New York Mets. So this happened
yeah.
late Thursday. We
Yes.
recorded early. 7 runs in the 9th inning. They won 8-7 on Thursday night. Just this could be the season. They're the first team to 20 wins, and that was one of the craziest comebacks I've seen in an individual baseball game.
They do feel like they've got a horseshoe up their ass. Like there's something different about this team.
Mm-hmm.
Whereas they're winning, they've like reversed themselves. Because in years past, these are the exact same ways that Mets would find to lose games.
Right.
Like giving up 7 runs in the 9th inning. That I feel like that's happened 9 times over the last 5 years. It's mostly just Frank the Tank, like complaining whenever
I
they
can't
lose by
imagine what
1.
would happen if the Mets blew it and what Frank would have
Shout
done.
out! There's a Frank fact checker now.
Well, Frank
who
would-
just screen grabs every one of his tweets because he deletes them now, and it's so funny.
I'm happy
He'll
for Frank.
Frank would probably be happy in a weird way if they were that bad.
Does he know, like, yep,
Where
I
he'd be
was
like,
right?
see, I told you how bad
Yeah.
that would be. I know ball.
I don't know what we're gonna do in this office if the Mets make the playoffs a deep run.
Best team in the league right
They
now.
are a
First to
really
20
good
wins.
team. Yes. Okay.
Yeah.
Good.
Crazy
Yeah, that was a
comeback.
great game. That was
And
a great
they don't even have DeGrom
Yeah, that's true. They're gonna pick up one of the best free agent signings when he comes back.
for a week.
Yeah, when he comes back. Okay, let's get to our interviews. We have Max Homa first, then Dmitry Bivol with Billy Football live from Vegas. Before we do that, PFT, you got a quick sponsor?
Before we get to Max, I want to talk to you guys about our great friends over at SiriusXM. Now you can listen to the SiriusXM app at home or anywhere you are. No car required. You can stream it all on your phone, online, or at home with the SiriusXM app. That's right. You get over 425 channels on the SiriusXM app. You can enjoy ad-free music channels for every genre and artist-dedicated channels as well. Stay informed with world-class news from every angle. You can hear from the brightest stars in entertainment with original talk and exclusive comedy on the SiriusXM app. I love SiriusXM. I love listening to Radio Margaritaville. It's awesome. Radio Margaritaville, true story. When I worked in a restaurant in college, it was like a tropical themed restaurant, island themed restaurant. They had Radio Margaritaville on there. Some say that's where I developed my love for Jimmy Buffett and all things Margaritaville related. You can listen to that channel. Find your beach with Radio Margaritaville. You'll have a great time. They have The Bridge, which is mellow classic rock, which I love. 80s on 8. They've got everything on SiriusXM. We love SiriusXM. You can now use their app. You can listen to it without being in a car. No worries with that. You just subscribe now, and you can get your first 3 months for free of the SiriusXM app by visiting SiriusXM.com/pardonmytake offer to sign up. Offer details apply, but it's a great, great deal. You've always wanted to be able to listen to commercial-free music and all these wonderful channels they have. Now you can do it first 3 months for free by going to SiriusXM.com/pardonmytake offer to sign up now. And now, here's Wells Fargo champion, Max Homa.
Okay, we now welcome on our very good friend. He is now the champion of the Wells Fargo Classic, the 5th major, as we all know. It is Max Homa. He just won, I don't know, I'm not going to say the exact number, over $1 million, well over $1 million. Incredible round. And I have to say, Max, let's start here. You did it again. A weekend where everyone was talking derby, fights, NBA playoffs, NHL playoffs, F1 in Miami. No one was watching golf, and you did it again.
It's kind of my MO. I like it. I fly way, way, way under the radar. I'm glad this tournament didn't sound like a video game. So I got and yeah, I don't know. I'm sneaky. I saw, you guys are doing all the fights, Canelo fights. I saw the Derby yesterday. Everyone's very, very focused on other things other than the golf. And that's, I feel like, when I'm the most powerful.
Yes.
Yeah. Would you say that you're more of a long shot than Rich Strike, or about equal?
It's definitely equal. I can't say I could run quite as clean a race as he did, but I'd like to say that a couple unknowns got it done on the weekend, which is, nice. It's nice to have a bond with such a gentleman such as Rich Strike.
Yes,
it was so perfect because as most of the tournaments that you're in, like Saturday comes around and people will start tweeting me being like, "Yo, your boy Max is doing well." I'm like, "What? They're playing golf? What? Why would they play golf on Kentucky Derby Saturday?" And then I woke up today. How much credit do I get for reminding you that the goal was to win the championship and not just make the cut? Because I did tweet you and I was like, let's go win one today.
Yeah, you were up there. You're right above the guys who tell me they bet money on me to win. With that kind of inspiration and then the reminder, it's a big deal because I'm always sitting there on Sunday mornings thinking, what should I be doing today? Should I get 10th? 10th sounds all right. 11th? But when somebody tells me go out there and win it, it really, I write it down.
Right.
I take part.
It's like right above the guy that says I bet on you, but then right below the guy that says get in the hole for your shot. Mm-hmm. Because that guy's actually helping you. Yeah.
Yeah, those guys don't get enough credit because they're literally willing the ball into the hole. And every time they yell, the louder they yell, it just seems to go in so much more often. So we should be thanking them a lot more for sure.
So I think we should actually give a lot of this credit to another member of Pardon My Take that's not actually here right now. He's still in Las Vegas. That's Billy Football. Because Max texted me and Big Cat over the weekend, I think Friday night, please suspend Billy. These videos are fucking gross. Haha. And it was in relation to Billy's most recent snuff film that he tweeted out of animals attacking each other in the wild. I think this one was like a Komodo dragon eating the intestines out of a deer. It was disgusting, frankly. Right. Has no place on the internet. But I think you could say that might have motivated you. That might have given you the killer instinct, like Karl Anthony Towns when he watches the gorilla fight video before a game. Maybe Billy just needs to send you, personally,
noted killer
animal
Karl Anthony Towns
animal attack videos, because you're 1 for 1 on weekends that Billy does this.
I wish with all of my heart there was not a link to that, but unfortunately there is. I definitely got some inspiration trying to be the Komodo dragon and not the deer.
Yeah,
because I'd real sad. But yeah, I just think Billy needs like a there needs to be like a headline, like, hey, give this 3 seconds if you want to scroll. But it is just I'm going from like a funny big cat joke, a witty PFT pun, straight into like a cheetah getting its throat like cut out by some boar. Like it's way too in your face.
Yeah.
We've suspended him from posting all animal videos, but I think we need to make an exception. Like at the PGA Championship, I think he needs to tweet a gory animal video at you to get you in that killer.
We should just text him.
Because you're too nice.
Yeah, we'll
that's
text
the thing.
him to
Like
you.
you need that killer instinct.
All right. I mean, listen, I'll run it for a week. If I lose the PGA Championship, I'm out.
What?
I'm out.
What was going through your head when you almost blew it?
Yeah. So many things.
Because what was it? What was it? You were -9 and Keegan Bradley was -6. You bogeyed, he birdied. I was ready to like come into the office because I was like, oh, he's got it. We're good. And then, yeah, you just almost choked.
Well, I knew I was going to get blown up, especially because I knew you had money on it, and second, because everybody in the entire crowd was yelling that you had money on it. So I knew that if I lost this, not only would it be bad for me and my golf career, it would be really bad for my mentions via you, Big Cat. So that was also, maybe that's where the credit should go, is to you and all of your, I don't even know, your henchmen who just like assault me if I make a bogey.
Yeah. Oh, all right. So I got a positive thing for you. I got a stat for you. This one's shocking. Shocked me. I hit up the writer and I was like, dude, are you sure? This can't be right. Since the start of 2021, Max Homa has more worldwide wins than Rory, Jon Rahm, Spieth, JT, Bryson, DJ, Xander, and Brooks.
Yeah, buddy.
You're hot. You are hot.
How many times I've won for someone who never makes the cut.
Yeah, I know. You're hot right now.
There's a stat that I saw, and I'm a big golf stat guy. You know that about me. I like to get like elbows deep in the metrics. In 2022, your strokes gained ball striking by season is 1.06, which is like the biggest leap of anybody in like the last 10 years over the course of one season. What's going on there? I don't want to point any fingers, but that's like that's abnormal. That's like when Brady Anderson hit 50 home runs.
First off, very impressed. I always knew you were elbows deep in the golf statistics game, PFT. You seem like you would love that.
Yep.
Second, I've always compared myself to Brady Anderson. I feel like we are step in step the same guy, so I just wanted to kind of excel like that. But I don't know. Just been playing really good golf and enjoying it, I guess. And I got it on the way now, so I got dad strength, which helps those stats, I hear.
Yeah, no, for sure. That was a big thing. So you did your gender reveal, and it's a boy, right? You're going to have a boy.
Yeah.
And then you gave an all-time perspective-laced press conference at the end. You're like, it's Mother's Day. It's important for me this year. It's for my mom, for my wife who's going to have a kid. That was you really hit every single note that Jim Nantz wanted to hear in that speech with all the. Do you think that you have too much perspective now?
I'm close. I'm teetering the line. I think I might need to cool it on the perspective, but yeah, sometimes it just kind of comes out. You can't really contain when you have all this perspective with the soon-to-be kid. It's like, how do you hold that in?
Yeah,
you can't. I was hoping though. Mother's Day. You know, we all love our moms. You know, moms are the best. Yeah. Mom's the best.
I love every mom.
Every mom. I do laugh though. I was hoping that you would, you know, because you have a baby on the way. I was hoping that you'd be like, yeah, my wife, she's a dog mom, because that always cracks me up when people are like, Happy Mother's Day to my wife who's a dog mom.
Oh, I've done that for the 6 years we've had a kid, but I get it. Like, guys, I get it.
You've had it.
Totally understand, but like, she likes it, and I'll do it.
Yeah. So for your baby, are you adopting or breeding?
Oh man, I'm breeding this one too. So I don't think it's the same as the dog. I don't think I'm killing. You have a lot of people telling me I'm killing dogs in Augusta, Georgia. Just a frightening thought. But this one, yeah, we bred this one. Felt right, but
yeah, you know, it feels right.
I answer that.
Yeah. So we can cut this part because you did tell me what you're going to name your son. The more I think about it, LeBron Homa does not really it doesn't roll off the tongue. We can cut this part though.
Would you be able to live if there was a kid named LeBron Big Cat Homa? You had to be linked with that forever?
It'd be my mortal enemy. I'd actually, you know what? It would make me live to 150 because I'd wake up every day to try to take that kid down.
All right, so I'm putting years on your life. You're welcome.
Yeah. We should probably talk about the elephant in the room. I didn't see you use driver on any par threes this weekend. Do you think my strategy is too forward for golf? You saw the video.
I was thinking because you mentioned we had the Kentucky Derby this weekend. We had all the basketball this weekend. We had the Dodgers winning 2 games. So much was going on this weekend in sports. And then you come out there and flex with a driver on par 3. I just thought that if I did that, then it would get so far to the rug they might not even pay me. I'll let you have that moment because you owned it so well. And according to Dave Portnoy, you made 2 30-yard putts. I saw.
Yeah,
that is so far.
That was Hank actually said 30-yard putts. So he was giving me credit. I think I texted you before I went out on the round. I was like, I'm golfing today. And you're like, good luck. And then I think it was maybe an hour and a half that I texted you back. Yeah, I was like, this fucking sucks. Golf is the worst.
Yeah, welcome to hell, buddy. We got 4 more rounds this summer you got to get in.
Do you actually enjoy it? When you're out there golfing, or are you focused in? Because I remember when we talked to Brooks a couple years ago, he said that he blacked out between holes 5 and 12 because it all kind of blurs together. In a big tournament like this, are you actually focused in on every hole, or do you look up and you're like, oh shit, what happened to my round? I guess I'm almost done.
Yeah, I fully focus on all the holes. Brooks is better than me and has been able to get away with that one. If I don't focus for a little bit, that's where it goes real sideways. Do I enjoy golf? It really depends the day, but I think that's for everybody, you guys included. I think some days you're like, oh, wow, this isn't so bad. And then some days, you want to just quit. So I'm fully focused. And sometimes if I'm playing bad, that doesn't make it any better. But I try really hard.
Yeah, and I got to give credit to Hank, who is kind of pseudo swing coach for me, caddy, mentor out on the course. His recipe for literally all my bad shots was pouring more drinks and giving me more weed. So
that is really caddying.
Yeah,
that is top tier caddying.
He was just here, smoke more. I got worse.
Because kind of like beer pong, when you're drinking, you always tell people I'm so much better at this game drinking, and I don't think you are, but you think you are, and that is that's big.
There's a magic zone for sure, and I've seen a medical study on this. Billy actually might have told me about it, but
oh good.
It's you have you reach the God mode when you're just buzzed, and you're at that exact level of a .08 because you stop overthinking things. So if you can keep at the PGA, I don't want to tell you, you're obviously as locked in as you've been in a long time, but if you maintained a .08 blood alcohol content throughout the entire tournament, I think that's when you're really going to be at your best.
So my problem is I love so much going way past .08. So I'm either a 0 or I'm above that. So it's tough. A God mode sounds great, but then I think I need 6 more.
Are you confident going to the PGA? You're you know what? This is the year. This is the year. Well, first I'm going to make the cut.
Yep.
And then there are going to be a lot of people with expectations on you this year, Max.
Yeah, I mean, it's in a state where my last name is half of that in Oklahoma, that's going to be an enormous deal. I'm sure the mayor.
Now we got to bet on this.
Well, I bet on you every tournament. It doesn't pay off very well, except for days like today. Yeah, but yeah, that's a wild stat right there.
But yeah, I'm going for 3 made cuts and majors in a row, which hasn't been done in a while for most people. So that's definitely step 1. But yeah, I feel confident. I feel comfortable. Yeah, I'm excited. I know I played the course once. It's hard, which should be good for me. I've been playing good on hard golf courses lately. So, I mean, you never know.
Can we ask a real question, a question you'd probably more likely get asked on Foreplay or any of these other actual golf shows? What changed about you in the last couple years?
Steroids.
Besides the steroids.
Man, what changed? I don't know. I was actually a real answer. I was a really good college player. I won national championship my senior year, won my conference championship. I was a good player. And when I got on tour, I tried changing some things to try to be what I thought I needed to be. And it set me back a while. And then it killed my confidence, which I already struggle with a bit. And I've always had a good work ethic. And I just feel like I'm on the right track and I'm starting to believe in myself again. And just like marrying those two things, it's been fun because I kind of feel, sounds dumb. Like I know people all live like their high school and college glory days, but I just feel like I'm kind of back to that where I go to tournaments expecting to win a bit more. And I don't know. I just feel like more comfortable. I've always struggled with being a little bit insecure about, who I'm playing with or whatever, but it's starting to get comfy, like playing with Ricky and Jason Day and Rory McIlroy and all these guys. Like it's I don't know. Just feel like I'm coming into my own a bit. And for about a year and a half, I've been feeling that. So I'm just trying to let the golf kind of follow that lead.
So should we stick with the positive stuff? Did that help?
I mean, I'm a little biased, but I really like the positive stuff.
Okay, all right, we'll do it. We'll do it.
All
We'll
positivity.
do it. It kills me. You're going to kill me early. I'm going to die. You'll never win the Masters because I'll be dead and you won't have the positive guy tweeting at you.
Yeah, I mean, all right, you know what?
No.
You guys, negativity on the weekend, positivity in the week. I think that's totally fine.
Okay,
I like that.
we'll go
I like
positivity leading into the tournament, and then all that changes into Killer Max mode, which starts Friday when you watch the animal death video.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think we could go we'll go super positive. I liked being positive about you because I like you very, very much, and I genuinely am rooting for you, especially when I'm betting on you, which is every single time. But I think we go positive Thursday, Friday. Saturday, Sunday, we go sarcastically positive if you start sucking. Yeah.
Perfect.
So
I'm all in on that.
Yeah, so I'm being mean, but you could read it as me being nice.
See, I like that because, speaking of fucking perspective, I'm going to just be able to use my own and decide if it's just truly genuine or if it's, sarcasm. And I'm going to go genuine a lot, but this seems like a fair compromise.
Okay, perfect. All right, so last question for me because I know you got dinner. Thank you for joining us. It's crazy that you win a tournament, the 5th major, and then you hop on with us. We really, really appreciate it. Rowback question, RHOBACK, use code TAKE, 20% off for your first purchase. I saw our good friend Scott Van Pelt was looking for some credit because you hung out with him on Wednesday. Do you back up after that big controversy he had? Do you back up? Do you stand by him?
What is the controversy?
I mean, I don't know if we can say it if we want our podcast to be monetized on YouTube. We're not allowed to discuss exactly what he said, but you saw the news last week.
You saw him trending, yeah.
Okay. Well, listen, I'm biased. Scott's the man. Stanford Steve also the man. They welcomed me into their home. We watched 5 TVs of games. Scott bought me a Dr. Pepper and a Pop-Tart, cherry flavored. So I will ride with SVP until the day.
A lot of sugar.
Do you know how much Scott makes a year?
It's a lot.
Yeah, he bought you a Pop-Tart?
Well, that's all I asked for because
because the confidence issue. You probably were sitting there Scott was probably having a great steak dinner. And Max was like, I'll just go with a Pop-Tart.
He's got his caviar. The welcoming present that he gives everyone.
Yeah, I've never had, I didn't really want to go straight to caviar. I like Pop-Tarts. Pop-Tarts are good.
Yeah, Scott didn't do anything. We just were joking that there's always that one person who's trending on Twitter. And it's like, I stand by this person. You can't cancel this person. Then you try to find the actual original tweet and it doesn't exist. So
he is. I hope he's uncancelable because he's actually a really nice guy.
He's the best. He is. The reason why we did that joke is he's the most likable person in the world.
Yeah, he really is. Even when people bag him on Twitter, he'll come back and be like, "Listen, I'll try to get better." It's like, man, you're just really cool.
Yeah. Well, except for the fact that he violated his journalistic ethics by buying you snacks as somebody that he covers. We can talk about that at J School in the summertime.
Yeah, we'll talk about that later.
New Big J meeting.
I'll have a word with him.
Yeah. But Max, thank you. We really do appreciate it, man. You are the best, and enjoy your dinner, and get drunk.
I will do that. Thank you guys for having me. Really appreciate you guys. You guys are the best. That's why I'm doing this. And also, please just continue to suspend Billy, and he can send me one video.
Okay.
Yes.
One video.
All right,
Yes.
cool.
Perfect.
Max Homa was brought to you by our great friends over at Game Time. We've been using Game Time a lot over here at Barstool Sports. I went to a Mets game last week, went to a Rangers Caps game. We went to the Nets Celtics game in Brooklyn as a podcast. Jake did the Wampus Cat, and it was all thanks to our great friends at Game Time. It's the only place to get the best, cheapest last-minute tickets. Use the Game Time app. The biggest last-minute price drops can be found on the seats you thought you could never buy. But if you like to plan ahead, NFL schedule comes out May 12th. We'll be grading the schedule release, so get your tickets on Game Time and use promo code PMT. You're going to save money. If you want to buy your NFL tickets for this upcoming year, that's the place to do it. We get all of our tickets here at Part of My Take with the Game Time app. They're great seats. It's super easy to use. We love using the Game Time app. Best interface of any ticket app that I've ever used in my life. Check it out. If you're looking to go to a playoff game, I had somebody hit me up in the DMs over the course of the weekend, asked me what the promo code was. I hit him back. That guy went to go see the Sixers. The Sixers won because of that guy that hit me up to ask what the promo code was. Part of My Take won a game for the Sixers. Download Game Time, last-minute tickets, lowest price, guaranteed. All you do is download that app, go to the account tab to create a login, and then you redeem code PMT for $20 off your first purchase. Terms apply. Promo code PMT, $20 off. And now, here is Dmitry Bivol.
Okay, we now welcome on a very special guest. It is Dmitry Bivol off of his huge win against Canelo Alvarez Saturday night in Las Vegas. He is joined with one of his longtime members of his crew, Billy Football.
Best friend,
Billy Football. Dmitry, I was there. I was on the call. It was incredible performance. I want to talk about the actual fight, but I got to ask a very important question first. How many quesadillas last night after the win?
To be honest, no quesadillas. It was a burger, one burger. I don't have time to eat 2 burgers or 3.
It was crazy though. It was great. You boxed the perfect fight. And I was, like I said, I was sitting there and I was shocked with how great you were. That's no offense to you, but we're not used to seeing Canelo Alvarez struggle the way he did. Were you shocked by the scorecard at all? Because I thought you won the fight way more convincingly than the scorecard had it.
Of course, I felt that I won this fight. And when I was standing and heard scorecards, 115, 113, on the 1 second, I thought maybe it's not my victory, but another second, I thought, and still.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes, and still.
There was one moment in, I think it was the 5th round, when you got Canelo with a couple nice shots, a couple nice combinations, and he put his guard down, and he asked you, he said, like, come on, bring it on, hit me again, keep hitting me. And he was almost challenging you to get off your game a little bit and to try to make you too aggressive. And you just kind of showed patience. You, waited back, and you did not play his game and come in for the strikes. What was going through your head at that moment? Because to me, I saw that, and I was like, I think he's just alpha braining Canelo Alvarez right now, because it looked like he was just giving himself up. He was like, hit me.
Yeah, strategy was not to be predictable. And if he asked me to punch him, I thought I don't want to do this because he wants he wants me to do it. And I thought, no, I don't want to do what you want to do.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, there was many times throughout the fight, similar to what PFT just said, Canelo was on the ropes and essentially asking you to hit him, multiple rounds. And you were very, diligent. You did not go out of your game plan. Was the corner telling you that every round? Hey, he's trying to get you to go into the corners with him. He's trying to get you to hit him on those ropes. Don't go for it. Fight your fight.
In my training camp, coach said me, don't be too close him when he on the ropes, because he tried to counter punch you by right hand or left uppercut, and be focused and be аккуратен and be careful.
Yeah. It was exactly what you did. So, big question, how much of your win goes to Billy football?
How much? I think 30%.
That's pretty good.
No, he taught me through the ball, and like right hand.
Yeah, activate the shoulders. I like that. He was also posting some pretty aggressive videos, some animal attack videos over the weekend. I don't know if you saw those, but those get me amped up. When I watch Billy put a video up there of like an alligator like suffocating a pig, it makes me want to fight.
I actually have a bunch of questions.
Go ahead, Billy.
Yeah.
What was going through your head when Canelo picked you up?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, like when he picked you up.
I just thought, he's a little bit nervous and he wanna show me how he's strong, but it wasn't good for him because I see he's a little bit tired and he lost his power. He wasted his power, on this moment.
Yeah. Yeah, no, that was clear frustration from Canelo in that moment that he wasn't able to get inside and do what he wanted to do. How are your biceps right now? Because you said afterwards, and I was watching it. Oh, wow. Let's see it. Let's put up in the camera. So if you didn't see the fight, Canelo just hammered.
It's not good to see.
If you can't see it.
Can you describe it?
Yeah, he hammered Dmitry in the biceps all night. And you said afterwards, he's like, he hit my arms, he never hit my head. But he was going at your arms.
For those at home who are listening, if you were to see his arm, or like someone took a baseball bat and just hit him repeatedly in the arm with a baseball bat, he's got, not only does he have bruises, it's probably going to come out black and blue in the next 2 days. It's going to be one of those ones where it's going to be there for a while. But yeah. It looks like a bone contusion. It looks real bad from in person.
Take a picture, Billy, and send it to Liam so he can put it in the YouTube so people can see it.
How nice does it feel like when your jab is really cooking, Dmitry? Like when you've got him at arm's length and you just know that like your jab's landing, he can't figure out a way. How great does that feel as a fighter? Do you get confidence when your jab is landing so effectively?
Of course, you feel confidence every time when you catch your opponent, when you throw on his hand, left hand or something else, or you give him a punch air, not you, just air or your block. You feel confidence every time.
Yeah, so going into the fight, last night, if we rewound 24 hours ago, yesterday, and somebody had asked you, how confident are you that you're going to win this fight? Where were you at? Were you like 80%, 90%, 100%?
I try to believe, I try to believe in my victory on 100%. I tried, If you don't do it, your training camp you can throw it on the trash, Mm-hmm. Believe, and I believed in myself.
Yeah, so
100%.
I got to give Billy credit. Billy was the only one, I think, in the arena that wasn't part of your family or like fight camp that was rooting for you and believed in you. He told us on Friday that you were going to win. He said that you were going to win because I think his reasoning was you cook a really good steak. So not really boxing reasons. But we laughed at him. So Billy was screaming, yelling for you. Like he was the only one in the crowd. It was 99.9% Canelo fans, and then Billy going crazy for you. So he deserves credit.
Yeah. So being ringside rooting for Bivol was kind of dicey because the whole crowd was Mexican, and I'm very glad that Bivol doesn't know what pendejo means in Spanish because that's the only thing I was hearing. And the whole time I was wondering, do you know Spanish?
No, nothing.
That's good. That's good.
That probably actually helped. It probably did help.
Yeah, it means champion. They were saying, "Let's go, champion." I hate you, champion.
Yeah.
We're calling you champion.
Dejo means champion.
Yeah. So what was it like after the fight? What was your post-fight celebration? How crazy was it last night?
Как типа была моя вечеринка, да? I just gave couple interviews and came in my room, and a lot of people came to me, friends, some guys from WBA, from Grand Gloves, who made. Why you didn't work here?
What happened was I was texting Taylor. By the way, shout out Taylor. That's his strength and conditioning coach. That was probably one of the main huge reasons why he was so conditioned late in the fight. Shout out Taylor. But basically, you spent all night responding to text messages and being just an absolute great guy, just responding to all the support he got. And I was disappointed because I was told Taylor's like, we might go out, but I'll text you when we go out. So I was sort of just waiting around, but I was trying to get here. We might go play blackjack later.
Yeah. Are you going to celebrate tonight, Dmitry, with Billy?
Not tonight. Tonight I should go to Los Angeles.
Yeah.
Oh,
there we go.
Take Billy with you. Just take Billy with you. If you want to go
Forever.
home, literally just he goes with you.
Blackjack with my friends.
Who is the most? Did you get any text messages from famous people, from any celebrities that wanted to congratulate you?
From Triple G.
Oh, Triple G, yeah. So you said it after you ruined Eddie's fight in September.
It was a little bit joke,
Yeah, no, it was funny, but I would assume you'll accept you want a rematch with Canelo, right? Like if he wants a rematch.
Yeah, we can talk about it. No problem. If I take this fight, why not a rematch? We can talk about it.
Yeah.
Of course.
I mean, I honestly think it would go the same way, the way that you fight. We know Eddie very well now. He's got to pay you more. Let's get you more money.
Yeah, well, why not? Why not? Of course.
More quesadillas.
More burgers. Yeah, get 3 burgers, 4 burgers.
What was crazy was the day before the fight, there was talks about Canelo fighting Usyk at 201. Did you hear about that?
Yeah, maybe someone asked him, would you like to fight Usyk, and maybe Joshua?
Yeah.
It's better.
How do you think that would go? That's ridiculous.
But ridiculous question, a ridiculous answer, I think.
Well, I got to give you credit, Dmitry, because there's kind of like an old saying in boxing, great small guy can beat a good big guy, and Canelo's a great small guy. That means you're a great big guy because you know what I mean? Like that elevates you to the next level because you showed it on Saturday night that you're not. It's hard to go up in weight class, and you outclassed Canelo on Saturday night in his house.
И чего Ник сказал? Он говорит, что он считается очень хорошим с маленьким, большой. То есть ты he outclassed him, and ты его превзошел в этом весе.
No.
The question?
What the question?
Yeah, there was no real question. I was just saying you're awesome.
You say you're very good.
Yeah, I was just saying you're very good in talking about weight classes. Like, I don't know if Canelo can go up when he can't. You know what I mean? He went up to you, and you were better than him.
Yeah, but I respect him a lot, of course, Canelo, because full weight classes he was the champion. It's great. Yeah.
No, you're right. Canelo deserves all the credit in the world because he fights any weight class and he takes on everyone. So you're right on that. But you were fantastic. I'm still kind of in awe. What do you say, Billy?
Quick question: which was the belt you won off him? Did you win a belt off him?
No.
Well, I saw you walk into the ring with 1 belt, then you walked out with 2. That was just the one that was up for grabs.
It just was my belt, and the WBA made a new belt for this fight.
Billy can make you a belt.
Yeah.
He'll make the Billy belt. You're the Billy champion, and take care of him. He's now your problem.
Yeah.
So
He's
take
yours.
wherever you
He's
want to go
yours.
with him.
He
Do
is
whatever.
yours.
If you want a guy just to spar with, just a punch in the face to get ready for your next fight, that's your guy.
Yes.
I got a belt.
Yeah, he does.
Yeah, take his belt from
He
him.
does. Did Billy ever show you his fight, Dmitry?
He should fight against как блогера зовут этого? Jake Paul.
I that's be a good fight.
All right,
But,
I got one last question, rowback question. Use promo code TAKE for 20% off your first purchase, RHOBACK.com. Be honest, now that you've won, Dmitry, Canelo's entrance was really fucking cool, right?
У него вход был очень крутой, да?
Yeah, of course.
Yeah,
like mine, quick and go drink and wait.
when he went up with the fireworks and everything, I was like, holy fuck, this is awesome.
Yeah, it's great and it's fun and it gives me more enjoy to the fight, you know?
Yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely.
Well, congratulations, man.
Terrified.
Yeah. Billy, do you have any other last questions?
I just gotta say.
Yeah,
I
Billy.
got one last.
Yeah.
One last question. Bivol, I think you need to, for the Mexican fans, you gotta say the true meaning of Cinco de Mayo after getting it wrong. What's Cinco de Mayo?
Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
Now I know what is Cinco de Mayo. Yeah, I asked this one Mexican guy. I don't want to say his name because he will be abusing me. He will be mad on me. And he said this is Independent Day. But one guy from Mexican television asked me, what is the Cinco de Mayo? I asked, it's Independent Day. But he said, no, this is a war. This is a battle when the Mexican army won French army.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yep.
We had to make that correction because he unfortunately said that on media. We're big on corrections, holding ourselves accountable. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
So
Good job.
Now we know.
Yes, now we know.
Now we know.
All right, well, Dmitry, thank you. Congrats again. And honestly, I was going to say take care of Billy, but we don't care. Just he is your problem.
He's your toy.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Make sure you translate that last part. Yeah. Yeah. Yes.
He's okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's okay.
He's okay. All right. Thanks, guys. Appreciate it.
Good to meet you, man.
All
Congrats.
right. See you guys.
Thanks, Billy.
Thanks, Billy. Good job, Billy.
I don't know if I'm getting out of here because there's a sandstorm.
Yeah, that's
Literally,
fine. I literally told you if you can just hang out with Dmitry Bivol for as long as you can and as long as you can write a blog, you're excused. Like you have to still zoom in to all your other things, but if you can do a good story.
I need to get home. I have my dog at home. I'm trying to get home and I can't get home. Look at this. Look. Like I'm literally serious. This isn't a St. Patrick's Day
Oh wow,
situation.
that actually is crazy.
Sandstorm.
I literally just try to just be well behaved and be like, oh, we're working. Vegas. I literally can't leave Vegas.
We started at too high of a key. All right, see you, Billy.
Bye, Billy.
Bye.
Dmitry Bivol was brought to you by our great friends over at iTrust. By now, you've probably heard all about cryptocurrencies like Bitcoin. You might even already be investing in them. But did you know that you could invest in cryptocurrencies through your retirement account? That's right. With iTrust Capital, you can buy and sell cryptocurrencies from a crypto IRA and get all the same tax advantages as a traditional IRA. iTrust Capital allows you to invest in over 24 of the most popular cryptocurrencies, and unlike the stock market, you can buy and sell 24 hours a day. The iTrust Capital platform is easy to use, and it only takes a few minutes to create your account. Setting up an IRA is free, and iTrust fees are low. So it's time to start taking control of your financial future. With iTrust Capital, you can get all the tax benefits of a retirement account while investing in crypto. Visit iTrust.capital/take to start investing today. That's iTrust.capital/take. Taxes and conditions may apply. Fees apply. Cryptocurrencies are a speculative investment with risk of loss. I Trust Capital Incorporated does not provide legal, investment, or tax advice. Consult with a qualified legal, investment, or tax professional.
Okay. Excuse me. Let's do our Monday reading. Jake, you have it for us?
Yes. So this will be my first time reading it through too. So I really don't know what we're getting into, but
Is that an excuse?
no.
Okay.
Why would it be an excuse?
I don't know if you screw up a word.
I mean, if I curse,
Lot of pressure.
That's why.
Oh,
Lot
you're
of pressure.
reading it verbatim.
Oh, yeah,
You're
that's fair.
reporting. You're
Okay,
reporting
yeah.
on the post. You're not
This is
actually.
quotes. Yep, you're right. You're right.
Okay.
I get what you're saying.
So the title is, what is TIFU? TIFU?
Today I fucked up.
Oh, okay.
What does it mean?
Today I fucked up.
Nice. He's reading it.
Yeah.
By spraying Afrin nasal spray up my penis.
Ooh.
Okay.
So I know y'all are confused.
Mainline.
I noticed you giggled a little with the penis word there. It's just anatomy.
We've all got
I've taken steps on this show from
Yeah.
things I used to not say.
we've all got penises. It's just a matter of fact.
My son learned that. He always
Yeah.
he watches me in the shower. He goes, "Oh, look, your penis." Like, yep.
right.
There it is.
So I know y'all are confused as to why
He
I
says, "Oh, it's so small."
Where is it?
He says, "Why is mine bigger?" Fuck, shut up.
So I know y'all are confused as to why I do that. So I'm going to explain what my logic was, then I'll explain why it didn't work. I thought that since it clears up your nose so well.
It's
true.
You don't even need to explain this logic. We got it already.
Yeah, no, I get it. Like as
See, we know.
as former or not former as recovering addicts from Afrin, I've wanted to inject it in every orifice.
Since it clears up your nose so well, maybe it would clear up the penis in a similar way. As
Okay,
in-
well, this is my first question. Is like, what is he trying to clear up in his dick?
Chlamydia, clap,
Yeah, does he have it?
Stones. You're a stone guy.
stones.
Oh, there you go. Yeah, he's probably trying to dissolve some of them kidney
Sometimes you
stones.
get like a weird itch in your dick. That's also probably an STD.
as in widen the inside of the urethra so cum could shoot out with less resistance.
Got it.
Oh.
Okay, he was trying to shoot ropes.
Yeah. He was basically
Like the water pressure in a hotel. He wanted to hack it.
He's going for velocity. He's
Yeah.
basically, it's like a spider tack, for a pitcher.
As far as things that like guys care about that girls absolutely do not care about go, being like, yeah, I just really would like to shoot bigger loads.
I'm going to just take a wild guess that this guy might watch too much porn.
Yeah,
Well,
probably
here's-
because I don't think
Oh,
any.
okay, we got
I don't
it.
think
All
any
right.
woman is out there and she's like, you know what? He's a nice guy. He's funny. He's got a stable life.
Yeah.
He's got a great job, and he loves me, and he treats me like a queen. But I just wish that I could choke on his ropes, and they're just too thin.
His ropes are like his every single rope is off speed. I just want a fastball once.
I want
99 on the black once.
I want silly string.
Basically, I wanted to make some epic cum shots.
Yep.
Yeah,
okay.
okay, yep.
So that's All right.
Turns out, doesn't work that way at all. I found out later how Afrin works while doing some research on it.
After the fact, this is just a guys being dudes. This dudes rock.
When you
it
get
is the read the directions after you've fucked up the installation of everything.
Well, this is the best example of it because like I'm not going to read the directions until after I put this item into my penis.
yes.
When you get sick, what happens is the blood vessels in the lining of your nose get inflamed. They get bigger. Afrin works as a vasoconstrictor. That means it constricts your blood vessels, makes them smaller, which is why it clears your nose up so well. Now here's how a male erection works. Blood flows into your penis, engorging your blood vessels, which is what causes the erection. Your penis is full of blood. Now, do you see where I'm going with this? What do you think would happen if I vasoconstricted my penis? Me and my girl...
Guessing that you probably just can't get a boner.
I don't know. Yeah. Me and my girlfriend were going to have sex. I went into the bathroom and sprayed the nasal spray up my dick. I was going to try to surprise my girlfriend with some super intense and strong cum shots.
Hey, happy Mother's Day. Like a lot of places were filled for brunch, but I got you something better. I'm going to shoot the biggest load of my life.
What ended up happening instead was I couldn't get hard. Well, no surprise there. My blood vessels were constricted from the Afrin. My girlfriend is a very sweet person and a very understanding person. I apologize.
Well, I think you're an idiot, and she knows that. That's one of those situations like, my girlfriend is so understanding. No. She knows she's dating a fucking Labrador Retriever.
I apologized to her for not being able to get hard. Then she said it was fine and asked me if everything is okay, if I'm anxious or nervous about anything. I decided to tell her the truth, and I sprayed Afrin nasal spray up my penis. I said before that she's an understanding person, and she is, but this was enough to perplex her. She just looked at me with the most confused look on her face. She was like, "What the fuck, bro?" I explained how I wanted to come further. She just burst out laughing and was like, "That's not how that works." She proceeded to tease me more about it throughout the night. I don't think I'm going to live this one down. Don't use nasal spray on your dick, guys. And girls, too. I don't imagine that it would do anything good in the vagina either. TLDR. Sprayed Afra nasal spray into my penis. Couldn't get hard. Girlfriend was perplexed as to why I tried that to begin with. Didn't have sex, and she's still teasing me about it. My ego is now as small as my penis.
Yeah, it's tough.
Just use Roman.
Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah.
There should be there should be a new product for Roman just called Roman Loads.
Yeah, Roman ropes. Roman ropes. Yeah, Jesus Christ.
It sounds like she is understanding, but this might be one of those things that's so embarrassing. Like, girls obviously talk about their sex lives with other girls. She's probably not going to bring this one up to her friends, because at that point, that then would require a conversation back to her about, like, why are you dating this guy?
Yeah, you know what you need to do is you need to, like, her friends and your friends, you need to convince your friends to do it, so then they can all be like, our boyfriends are idiots. Yeah,
we had a pact.
Yeah, like, oh, it must be like a TikTok trend or something.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, that's what you should say, is just like, it's a TikTok trend, and I didn't know that it was going to be bad.
Yeah.
And then she'll be like, "Oh, you're an idiot for believing everything you see on TikTok."
Yeah, you can say anything's a TikTok trend, and next thing you know, you're ripping a man's jeans off of his ass.
Yeah.
It works like that.
It's a great life hack.
Yeah.
So yeah, just don't spray nasal spray into any other orifice except for your nose. That's
And even that's going to get dangerous.
That's
as
right.
we've seen on the show.
Yep.
Ears, it sounds like could work.
Ears could work.
Yeah.
Yeah, like if you get off a long flight and your ears haven't popped yet, and I don't have any other remedies, then nasal spray is probably my first go-to.
Hank and I took a red eye, no big deal.
Thank you for your service.
Thank you for thanking us.
I also like how this guy didn't even consider to himself, like, wait, what is the nasal spray going to do once it goes into my girlfriend's vagina?
Yeah.
That was not...
That's never a thought.
She'll probably squirt.
No, he's not. He doesn't sound like someone who's like, who's thinking about his significant other, ever.
All right.
Okay, numbers.
Going for 2 in a row. Jake, has anyone gotten 2 in a row?
7.
I don't believe so, no.
I did, but it was off.
Oh, right.
Remember, I did it on whatever. I think I did
Short porch, I
Short
think.
porch in
Yeah.
here, and
Yeah.
then we did PMT.
It's
So it
batting
was
practice.
unofficial.
Yeah.
It was an unofficial 2 in a row.
25.
22.
I'm going to go with 87.
Hank.
7.
7.
7.
7. Oh. 59. Huh.
Hank, what'd you guess?
Third time.
7.
Okay. Love you guys.
The human body can drink so much water that they don't have to piss.
Certain types of rats love to chug beers.